Welcome to EmpowerME Podcast, empowering talented individuals since 2020. EmpowerMe is designed with you in mind, your goals, your challenges, your opportunities to grow and to prosper, all for you. We bring the topics in discussion, and you bring the desire and commitment to succeed. Now, on to the show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the EmpowerMe podcast series. My name is Red Sharples and I am honored to hang with you for the next couple of minutes. This week's episode is going to cover your personal brand and what it means and give you a couple of things to kind of think about as you're out there building your career path and your, just your personal acumen overall. So I want to jump right in today and talk about why personal branding is more important than ever to be a focus point for folks out there. Effective personal branding will differentiate you from your competition. I mean, that's a straightforward statement, and it is so very true. But it also allows you to build trust with, the prospective people that will be in your circle today and the people you hope to have in your circle tomorrow. And, I'm going to throw this really kind of age-old wisdom statement out, but we really need to kind of take it into consideration. And that statement is, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. And if you subscribe to that, and trust me, you should, and if you subscribe to that, then by all means, make it one that will set you apart. Make it something that allows you to build trust and gives you something to reflect on who you are. Whether you know it or not, you do have a personal brand. Let me ask you something. If you were to Google yourself, what would pop up? These results are the first impression people will have of you. So, the question is, if you Google yourself, is it a good one? Is the information you're sharing across multimedia, social media platforms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, so forth, does it stay consistent? Chances are someone's going to kind of Google you, and I'm using quotation marks, but chances are someone's going to ask about you or inquire about you or observe you. And the intent is to learn more about who you are. So the question is, do you want to allow kind of both your social reputation or your online reputation, all of those things, to take on a life of its own and possibly control the narrative? And it's important to note that even with the proliferation of social media and our current economy, it has become essential for everyone to embrace personal branding. Whether you're an employee or an entrepreneur or, self-employed, cultivating a personal brand has become so very important and more so than ever before, in my personal opinion. Personal branding is also beneficial from your employer's perspective. Companies encourage employees to build strong personal brands because it's good business. It really is. When employees are allowed to represent their company, whether it's at conferences, events, or right out there on, the business floor, they're not only developing themselves, but they're providing the organization more exposure. And employees can help acquire new customers and retain existing ones when they're viewed as trustworthy thought leaders. Another reason personal branding is valuable is that in this economy, and then really in my lifetime, I was not aware of this, but in this economy, in the current economy, it's not really going away anytime soon. And, the average person switches jobs and roles on an average of every 2 to 3 years. So as a result, employees need to just be able to clearly communicate who they are and what they do in order to stand out to prospective employers or, that next role or position that you might aspire to, or an organization or a club that you wish to join. And you need to think about that. It's not about today, it's about tomorrow, right? So what are you doing today that you can articulately describe tomorrow? I'm tripping over my words, I apologize. So if you aren't effectively managing your reputation, then you do run the risk of losing out on opportunities. I want y'all to just think about that, right? Effectively manage your reputation. Not just that you run the risk of losing, you don't want, not as a hedge, but it actually creates opportunities as well. The average individual is not currently thinking proactively, futuristically about extending their brand. So that's what we meant by a differentiator amongst those around you. Please take that as a kernel and work on it. Let me give a couple examples of personal branding masters. Developing a great personal brand doesn't happen overnight. It's imperative to be able to communicate your purpose and mission to your audience in the genuine way. So there's a couple of examples I'm going to give you. I'd like you to go look them up. But these folks have built an incredible personal brand through hard work, consistency, and a long-term focus. The first name I don't think has to be explained to anybody is Miss Oprah Winfrey. And if you're smiling right now, it's because you know who she is. And the fact that you know who she is because she has been consistently and doggedly focused on her personal brand. Another great name is Richard Branson. He is the guy that launched Virgin Records, Virgin Atlantic. He's currently chasing the space race. That guy is a walking billboard when it comes to personal brand. And the last one I'll give you with a caveat is, if you haven't heard him, is Gary Vaynerchuk, or what they call Gary V. YouTube search for Gary Vaynerchuk, Vanerchuck. The guy has a tremendous story, social media, trading cards. He talks in a very direct and blunt manner, but his personal brand is about honesty, it's about genuineness, and it's about action. It's about doing versus not doing, and he's worth a look up. And let me close here. Whether you're looking for a better job or just better performance for you or your company, personal branding is more important than ever. Now, you don't need to be Oprah or Richard or Gary to have a great personal brand. It's just a matter of continually crafting and curating both your physical and your digital presence. And most importantly, keep it real. It's got to be about you. Your honesty, transparency, and authenticity are what will differentiate you in the long run. So remember, you never get a second chance to make a first impression. Make it one that will set you apart, build trust, and allow you to reflect on who you are. Guys, it's been a fantastic couple of minutes. I know this one's longer than normal. I am honored and privileged to share time with you. I can't wait to talk again. As we always say, I love and believe in you. We love and believe in you. Keep pushing, keep moving forward. Until next time, have a great week, guys.
We hope you've enjoyed this podcast from the EmpowerMe team. If so, please like and provide comments with any feedback you'd like to share regarding your take on the subject. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the Oaktown EmpowerMe channel today. Thanks for joining us, and check back in the future for discussions regarding your growth and development.